Wouldn't it be amazing to find the man of your dreams and then know without a doubt that he'll never leave you? How's it going, ladies? My name is Brad Browning with another relationship YouTube video here. I'm a breakup and marriage coach from Vancouver, Canada, with over 10 years of experience, and I'm going to try something a little different today in this video. Usually I only talk about breakups and marriages. After all, those two topics are my specialties. But today I'm going to teach you ladies how to attract and keep the man of your dreams. So why am I making a video like this? Well, for a few reasons. For one, what I'm about to teach you is actually important to prevent breakups. My X Factor program, of course, designed to help you get your ex-boyfriend back, is all about creating an intense amount of attraction between you and your ex-boyfriend. And one of the main tenets of my program is simple. If you know how to create enough attraction, your ex-boyfriend won't have a choice but to come crawling back to you. But here's the thing. Some of these tips that I teach also work if you're a single woman looking for a guy. So if you want to learn some psychological techniques that will help you put a quality guy on lockdown, then watch this video until the very end. And don't be afraid to ask questions in the comments section below. I do my best to get back to every single one of you who comments on my videos. Now, before I get into how to attract and keep a man, I need to tell you just a couple of the common mistakes that a lot of women make with guys. These are mistakes that not only destroy attraction, but may actually push guys further away from you. And that's why I call these my man demagnetizing mistakes. So mistake number one, showing too much interest too quickly. This might be pretty common sense to some of you out there, but showing too much romantic interest in a man is a big no-no. Men thrive on the chase, but when you're too readily available to him, then the pursuit dies off and he'll get bored. So bored, in fact, that he'll begin ignoring your phone calls and texts. Maybe this has already happened to you with another guy in the past. Mistake number two is not flirting enough. If you want a man to develop romantic feelings for you, then you have to make him feel a great deal of sexual attraction. Now, you have to be careful here because there's a right way to flirt, as in the classy way, and there's a wrong way to flirt, as in the Christina Aguilera dirty way, you know. And learning to flirt with class can be one of the most powerful skills for finding your ideal man. And I'll touch more on that later in a minute. Mistake number three is having sex too early. Like I said before, showing too much interest can reek of desperation, and this kills attraction. But so does sleeping with him too early. If you sleep with a guy before you feel like he's earned it, he isn't going to respect you, and when he doesn't respect you, he's not going to want to be in a long-term relationship with you. A big part of attraction is investment. You need to learn how to get a man invested in you before you give up the goods. So it may sound complicated, but it really isn't. You can get a man invested in you by letting him make you happy. For example, you can let him pay for dinner, let him open doors for you, and let him give you a ride home after a date. After he does one of those things, make sure you pet his ego by saying something like, you really didn't have to do that, but thank you. Mistake number four is getting overly emotional about anything. This is a huge red flag for a lot of men. If you become highly irritable, angry, depressed, or spastic over anything insignificant, you're going to send him running. So if something doesn't go your way or he has to cancel a date for whatever reason, play it cool and don't let it bother you. Now that doesn't mean you should be a doormat, however. There are ways that you can stand up for yourself without looking desperate or crazy. So do your best to be as emotionally solid as possible and he will be much more into you. Mistake number five, giving away your life story. Like women, men are into a little bit of mystery. So if you spill the beans about everything in your life right away, you'll become boring to him really quickly. So instead of telling him all your plans for the weekend, be a little cryptic. Don't tell him what you're doing. Just say something like, "Oh, I have plans with some friends," and leave it at that. Doing so will make him think about you in more than he probably would have otherwise. Now, this is just one of many psychological techniques that you can employ to get a boyfriend and to make him stick around. But if you want to learn more about how to make men fawn over you, then you have to watch the free video presentation on breakupbrad.com/boyfriend. And in that video, you're going to learn 3 things that you can do to improve your chances with any guy that you've got a crush on. Again, the URL for that video is breakupbrad.com/boyfriend. So that's just a quick summary of some of the things you should not be doing. But to become a real man's lady, so to speak, then be sure to listen to the following tips as they're going to help you do exactly that. Okay, number 1, expand your social circle. Now, I know these are words that introverts are probably going to hate me for saying here, but if you actually do want to find and keep a man, then you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone and make some new friends. Meeting people leads to meeting even more people, and you never know when and where your dream guy is going to show up. And once this guy does see how much of an active social life you have, he's going to think that you have higher value, which of course is going to make approaching him even easier. And number 2, remember that being single is okay. The women that have trouble with men all the time seem to have one issue, and that is they have troubles being alone. So when you aren't comfortable being by yourself, people can smell the desperation. And like I said before, being desperate and needy is off-putting. Now, I know that this is easier said than done, but be sure to take some time to enjoy yourself and remember why you're a great catch for any guy. Tip number 3, be bold and unapologetically you. Confidence is important for attracting members of the opposite sex, but even though many women say they're confident, they don't actually act confidently. Acting confidently isn't just about, sticking up for yourself and being ambitious. No. Being confident is about talking to the guy that you think is attractive. It's about flirting unapologetically and being a strong, classy woman. It's also about seeing what you want and actually going for it, not just thinking about it. So if you're really serious about finding the man that you've always dreamed of, then you're going to have to adopt a completely different mindset. And on to number 4, which is read the signs that men give you. So in order to figure out how to act when you're around him, you need to read what I call his love signs. So these love signs are our body language cues that indicate whether you're coming on too strong or not strong enough. And like with anything, balance is the key here. And to win a man's heart, you need to show him the right amount of attention. So for example, if a man makes solid eye contact with you when he's talking to you, you can assume that he's interested in you at least to a certain degree. However, if he's scratching his head and looking away, sitting back, then you probably need to pique his interest by flirting a bit more. And in order to figure out how and when to flirt with a man, just head over to breakupbrad.com/boyfriend and watch that free video presentation that I mentioned earlier. In that video, you are going to learn the top 3 things that you could do to make men wild with desire for you. And you can also learn how to interpret some of his love signs. And again, the URL for that video is breakupbrad.com/boyfriend. And on to tip number 5, which is to be positive, vivacious, and upbeat. One trick that's going to make you about 10 times more attractive to men? Laugh. Something, I know it sounds crazy, but something as simple as laughing at his jokes or looking like you're having a great time can not only make you seem more approachable, but it also makes you look like good girlfriend material. So, do you think that a guy is going to want to be around a woman that doesn't know how to have fun or laugh at a joke? Of course not. It's scientifically proven, actually, that people secrete feel-good hormones around other people that are always laughing. So, get out there and have fun. So tip number 6, have a passion. Even if you aren't the most talented woman in the world, there's an infinite number of ways to show that you're passionate about something. So it can be something as simple as traveling, wine tasting, or bird watching. Any sort of cool and interesting passion is not only going to catch his attention, but it's also a great topic to discuss on a date. So instead of making a man your passion, force yourself to pick up a hobby and make that your new passion. And once a man sees how driven you really are, he's going to want to know why. So don't be surprised if he starts, texting you more often as a result. And finally, number 7, be great in the sack. Making a man yearn and fantasize about you when he's not with you is a key ingredient to making him commit. And in order to make a man do this, you have to blow his mind in the bedroom. Now, I'd rather not go into the specific details on exactly how you can do this. I'm sure there's plenty of other guides on YouTube on this topic. But keeping a man committed and loyal is really just about meeting his needs both physically and emotionally. And if you don't do these 2 things, he'll eventually try and get those needs met elsewhere. So there you have it, ladies. Of course, I can't cover everything you possibly need to learn in this short YouTube video. So if you're serious about finding a man and making him fall in love with you, then I encourage you to watch this free video up on the website here. Again, the URL is breakupbrad.com/boyfriend, and the video is jam-packed with effective psychological secrets that are going to help you make almost any man commit to you. And again, like I said, the URL is breakupbrad.com/boyfriend. All right, that's it for today, ladies. Make sure you give this video a like and don't be afraid to ask me anything in the comments section below. I'll talk to you soon.